Hey there, everyone. It is so hard to believe, but it has been 7 weeks since we gathered together in person as the church. 7 weeks. This is something we never planned on, and it looks like we're going to be apart from each other physically for another stretch of weeks. The governor's announcement on Monday suggests that we will not be gathering through the month of May, and the session has acted accordingly, saying that we will suspend all in-person gatherings through the month of May. And when it comes time to put together a plan for getting back into the building in ways that keep us and our neighbors safe, we are going to be ready to do that. I'm grieving these days because of the difficulties we're going through, and I suspect that a lot of us are grieving too. I'm grieving things like how we're not going to have Vacation Bible School as a church this year. I'm grieving how in our family we're not going to have a sports season. We're missing end-of-year activities, concerts, and how our whole lives have been upended according to how we thought they would go. I'm grieving how we can't gather for things like funerals when we want to be close to one another and to honor the lives of people we love. There is plenty of difficulty that is causing us grief, and where we're feeling that, it's important for us to be able to acknowledge it and just say that this is hard. But at the same time, I'm also feeling really grateful because there are good things happening. I'm grateful for the staff that have changed their ministry patterns to fit the reality that we're in. Peggy has been working from home and taking in some food pantry hours and to support other leaders in that ministry. Elizabeth has been leading online children's ministries, putting together some really great stuff, posting things, but also creating video lessons that are just fantastic. If you haven't looked at these, you really should take a look and see what she's doing. It's really great stuff. Josh and Sue, our music staff, have been adapting their ministries to fit our online worship format. And for online worship, there have been people putting in hours and hours, all kinds of energy to get us ready to worship and to lead us in worship. And we know that we've had some tech trouble. We know that things have been far from perfect. Partly it's just that we're new at this. And so we're learning as we go and finding problems along the way, but also sometimes things just come up that we didn't anticipate. But I'm so grateful for leaders that are embracing this as a new challenge. I'm grateful for our leaders who are saying that these days are going to impact us such that when we come back as church, it doesn't make sense for us to slide into the kind of life that we had before. In any way, we might not be able to live that for a while. But these days are suggesting some new purpose for how we are the church, even after concerns of COVID-19 are gone. So I'm grateful to God for the openness to the church's mission and ministry as the heart of its life. Not a building as its heart, but a true purpose given to us by God and empowered by the Holy Spirit. These really are days of spiritual significance. And I've attached a couple of articles that point to that and are intended to help us think about that. How are these days touching our lives in ways that are leading us to grief, but also are leading us deeper into relationship, leading us into the bedrock of our lives, which is God and God's faithfulness in Jesus, leading us into appreciation of how important relationships really are, and might be getting us to treasure our relationships with others all the more. So as your pastor, I ask you that you would acknowledge how you are grieving in these days, and also how you are grateful, how these days really are of such spiritual significance. And if we're open to that, how is God meeting us in our struggles and transforming our lives in the midst of them? One final word. I'm really grateful for how the church has continued to give. These are challenging times financially for so many people. That's true in a way for the church. The church asks that as you are able, you would continue to send in pledges. You can do that through the mail, and you can also do it by giving through the church's website, finding the Give button at the top right of the church's homepage. We will continue to give ourselves to God's care. We will continue to give ourselves to God's mission. We'll make masks for our neighbors. We'll continue to ask for ways that we can reach out to others. we'll keep on loving God, sharing relationships, and serving others from the heart of Christ. My prayer continues to be for us all. God be with you.